Hey, how's it going, and welcome to another video. Alright, so earlier today, Atlus dropped their trailer revealing who's gonna be who in the English dub of SMT5, and I figured it'd be fun to kind of take a tour through and see who some of these voice actors are, check out some of the characters they've played in the past, since that's always a lot of fun whenever you're like, oh man, did you know that da-da-da characters share voice actors? This website, by the way, is behind the voice actors. This is like the most useful website ever if you're trying to find information about certain voice actors and like different characters that they play. But yeah, let's check them out. So, ironically, the voice of Nahobino was not actually revealed in that trailer. I think he announced this on like his Twitter, but yeah, the voice of the main character, Nahobino, is Casey Mangelo. I guess that's how you say that. And I wasn't sure who this was initially, but I recognize a couple characters he's done. Obviously, there's Nahobino. But yeah, he's been in Tokyo Revengers. He was Floopty Fizzlebean in Bugsnax. He's been in Monster Prom. He's been a couple characters in Pokemon Journeys. He was Alistair in Pokemon Twilight Wings. He's a character in The Disastrous Life of Psyche K. Oh, he was Suzuki in Mob Psycho 100. He's in Red Dead Redemption, Mobile Suit Gundam Seed. And he was Shinji in the, like the newer dub of Evangelion that came out not too long ago. If I'm not mistaken, this is the dub that they did for Netflix. Like, when Eva came to Netflix, they redubbed it. But yeah, he's a different guy from Spike Spencer, who was originally the voice of Shinji. And he's also the voice of Shinji in the Rebuild movies. So, yeah, I was slightly thrown off by this at first. I saw, like, 1997, Shinji Ikari. I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't add up. Because I know he was Spike Spencer. So yeah, that's Casey. He's been in a couple things you might recognize, but otherwise, he's a pretty fresh face, at least for me. So next up, we have Genie Tirado, who is the voice of Tao Isonokami. And there's a pretty good chance you recognize, like, a couple characters she's done the voice of. Like, she's been in Genshin Impact. Let's see, what else we got? Oh, she was Cloud's mom in Final Fantasy VII Remake. She's Rico in Love Live Sunshine. Oh, she's the voice of Android 21 in, like, the Dragon Ball Z games. She's Winona in Pokemon Masters and Byleth in Three Houses, so... the mailman is here to bring me a package. Thank you, mailman. This is truly a blessed day. Bad news, the package was not for me. Life has no meaning. But yeah, she's also been in The Promised Neverland, One Piece, Sword Art Online. There she is as Byleth again in Smash. She's a few characters in Code Geass, Kankole, Black Butler. She was Lucia in Street Fighter V, so there's quite a few characters. There's a pretty damn good chance that you recognize. So yeah, Genie Tirado as Tao seems pretty good. Alright, next up we have Mark Whitton, who is Yuzuru Atsuda. But I pretty immediately recognized this guy's name. I just wasn't quite sure who he was the voice of. And then I saw he is, of course, Seteth in Three Houses, who is one of my favorite characters in that whole game. So yeah, before we get too ahead of ourselves, he's in Lost Judgment, he's a couple characters in Deathloop, he's Rengoku in Demon Slayer, this guy in Scarlet Nexus, of course the iconic character Rag in fucking Nocturne HD. Who could forget Rag? He's a character in Genshin Impact, in FF7 Remake, he's in Demon X Machina, Promised Neverland again, Rising of the Shield Hero, God Eater 3. Oh, he was Mikitaka in Part 4 and Seth in BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle. Couple characters in Fire Emblem Heroes, he's of course Seteth, and he's Leon, Harid. Yo, he was Peppy Hair, let's go. He's also Alex in Street Fighter V. He's Raphael in Smite. I didn't know the fucking Ninja Turtles were in Smite. But yeah, Mark seems like a really solid choice. I really like a lot of his characters he's done, Seteth especially. Like I said, I think he did a really, really good job voicing Seteth, so yeah, good choice with Mark. So next up, we have a pretty fresh face. This is Ashlynn Madden, and she is the voice of Miyazu Atsuda. Now, I just want to say, this chick looks exactly like my girlfriend. It's kind of spooky, actually. But yeah, beyond voicing her, she hasn't really been in a whole lot. She's been in, Ridley Jones. Yeah, it seems like a pretty fresh face, so I'm glad to see the game kind of has a mixture of, like, people that you would probably recognize, and then there's some new talent thrown in. But we'll just have to wait and see, since there's really not a whole lot to go off of with her. But next up, we have Stuart Allen, who's the voice of Ichiro Dazai. But it seems like he's mostly known for voicing Robin in various stuff. Like, here he is as Robin in Batman Hush, and Justice League vs. Teen Titans. So if you're a fan of Batman stuff, there's a pretty good chance that you've heard him as Robin, but otherwise not really too familiar with him. But yeah, similar to Ashlynn, not really a whole lot to go off of with him. And also similar is Sean Krisden, who is the voice of Hayao Koshimizu. But he was Magnus in PlayStation Home. Man, anybody remember PlayStation Home? And he was a couple characters in G.I. Joe Operation Blackout. So yeah, again, not a whole lot to work with, but he sounded pretty good in the trailer. All right, next we have, I assume this is pronounced Cece, but Cece Jones, who is the voice of Abdiel. And yeah, she's been in a couple of things. She was in Half-Life Alyx, she was in Death Stranding, Crash Team Racing, Darksiders 3. Yeah, she was Kaguya in Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, she's in Life is Strange, Walking Dead. But yeah, seems pretty good. I really like Abdiel's design, by the way. A lot of the new demon designs are really good. But yeah, next up we have Ben Leplay, who is the voice of Shohei Yakumo. He was in New Pokemon Snap as the professor. I never did play New Pokemon Snap. Should maybe get it at some point. But yeah, he's been in Detective Conan, he's in Puyo Puyo Tetris, he's in Yakuza Like a Dragon. Oh shit, he was Goto in 13 Sentinels. Game of the Year, by the way. He's in Phantasy Star Online 2, he's Amai Mask in One Punch Man. He was Illuso in Golden Wind. He was Dedue in Three Houses. Professor Sycamore, he was in Tales of Berseria, he was in Iron-Blooded Orphans, Tales of Zestiria, and that's pretty much where it goes. Alright, next up we have Laura Post, and anybody who played Persona 5 Royal will probably recognize her, but she is the voice of Nuwa. But she's also been in Tales of Arise, Vinland Saga. She was in Nier Reincarnation, Akiba's Trip, Scarlet Nexus, Sailor Moon. Oh, she was Yuko in Nocturne HD. Oh, yo, she was Yuki in 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, Game of the Year 2020, by the way. And of course, she was Kasumi in Persona 5 Royal. She was also Zui in Grand Blue Fantasy, Fubuki in One Punch Man. She was in Pokemon Masters. Oh, she was Catherine in Three Houses. There's quite a few Three Houses alumni in here, and she was Ragio in Kill la Kill. She was Isabella in Promised Neverland, she was in Octopath Traveler. But I recognize Laura as a lot more stuff than I kind of expected to. Like, I mostly knew her as Kasumi, but she's quite a few characters I recognize. Like, she's Diana in Little Witch Academia, she's in Lupin the Third, she was in Your Name, Pokemon Generations. Oh shit, she's Nozomi in Love Live? Shit. Atelier Sophie, she's in Neptunia, like... Yeah, Laura's been in quite a lot. Couple characters in Smite. Oh, she was Moenbrita in A Realm Reborn. She's Valentine in Skullgirls? Yo. But yeah, as you can see, Laura has been in quite a lot, so definitely looking forward to her. I'm hoping whatever this demon she's voicing ends up having a pretty big role, because, yeah, Laura is really, really good. Looking forward to seeing her performance. And finally, we have Damon Mills, who is the voice of Aogami. So you'll pretty immediately recognize that he's Kaoru, so somehow, through some miracle, like, Shinji is Nahobino, and then Kaoru is Aogami. This Kaoru chronology is slightly confusing, but Damon is Kaoru in, like, the newest Eva movie. But yeah, he was Kaoru in the newest movie at least, and then he was Weiss the Immaculate in Final Fantasy VII Remake, he was in Monster Hunter Rise, he was in Cells at Work, he was in Beastars, and you probably recognize him the most as being the voice of Frieza in a lot of the Dragon Ball Z video games. Like, there he is as Frieza in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, he was Scalopy in Golden Wind, he's the voice of N in Pokemon Masters, he was in That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, he was in Free Dive to the Future, Tokyo Ghoul Re, there he is again as Frieza in Dragon Ball FighterZ, there he is in My Hero Academia, he was Mustard, he's in Attack on Titan, he's a lot of characters in Smite, and there he is again as Kaoru and this dude from Gundam Seed. But yeah, it's a pretty interesting cast. Like I said, it's kind of a mixture of, like, people that you're probably pretty familiar with, and then there's some faces you might not recognize, but I'm especially excited to see, I think Mark as Yuzuru should be really good, Laura as Nuwa, Ben as Shohei, and Damon as Aogami. They're probably the ones I'm looking forward to the most, but yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. November can't get here fast enough. Come on, game. But yeah, that has been the video. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.